You've been holding space for everyone but yourself, wearing calm like karma, though you're crying out for help. It's okay to feel tired, to feel lost, to feel undone. But darling, even shadows rest under the sun. Keep going, even when the light feels low. Keep growing. Every seed takes time to show. You don't have to move too fast. The moment knows how long to last. Keep going. Grace is slow. Pages turn without your push. Still the story flows. Let go of the timeline. Let your softness grow. You're not behind, you're just becoming. And every breath is a kind of humming. Oh, keep going like the tide. Why keep going? You're doing fine. Trust the whisper, not the noise. Let silence be a choice. You are not your pace. You are your
Shout out to the family, much love, honor, and respect. We're going in again today. There is a where to hide the black church. You are being tried. The scriptures say specifically, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit whether it is of God. And I need to make sure that everyone understands the spirit of the black Christian pastor and of the black Christian church. See, what most don't even understand is that the black church is the single most demonic witchcraft and satanic entity that has ever entered into the black community. It is the single most place of why unlearned Israelites to this day reject the spirit of the truth, reject God's laws, statutes, and commandments, reject the order of things, reject the milk of the scriptures, commit the one sin, the one and only sin that is without repentance, which is blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. And if you take a look at your screen right now and you understand and listen to what this pastor is about to say, okay, and what he is about to teach, then I'll read my response to the pastor, and then we'll go on to read the verses that he replied back to my posting and my response to what he was teaching, okay? And I want everybody to keep in mind, I want everybody to write these verses down. You should always have your precept book. If you don't have a precept book, if you don't have a notebook, you're not serious about this truth. And if you're looking at the times and you look at times that is ticking down and you don't understand the sense of urgency to understand this truth so that you can humble yourself, so that you can take this teaching and you can graduate. You can increase your understanding, your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in the Lord. To increase your faith. To increase your discipline. To increase your order. So that you're able to set your household in order. So that you can govern your children and show them the instruction manual and teach them how to follow the instruction manual. I want you to write these verses down. Its response to what I said is Matthew, the 11th chapter, the 28th through the 30th verse. Romans chapter 10, verse 9 through 13. Revelations chapter 3 and verse 20. Okay? And now listen carefully to what this doctor, okay? These black Christian, and please understand something, man. I want to make sure everybody understands something. It's very important. This is not personal. The mercy of the Lord is for those that are sent by the Father to cry aloud, to spare not, to lift up your voice as a trumpet and show my people Israel their transgressions and the house of Israel their sins. Those are very crystal clear instructions for the men of the Lord that are sent out here to teach the milk of the scriptures, to reveal, to make revelation of the dark sayings of the parables, to connect the dots, to put precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, to serve as nourishment for the unlearned of Israel, those that thirst after righteousness, those that thirst after truth, those that thirst after the order of God, those that want to have the level of faith it takes to endure to the end, not those that profess to be saved already, not those that worship the same Jesus as Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump. Okay? Listen very carefully to what's about to be taught on this screen. Okay, pay attention. Okay, did everybody hear that? Oh, okay. You didn't hear the whole thing? Okay. Okay. All right. Dub, you say you only heard the end? Oh, okay. I got you. So let me play it again. I want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. I don't want to move not 1 inch without you. How can two walk together except they be agreed? I want to make sure everybody hear this and everybody hear every single step because we're going to take this step by step through the scriptures. All right. First of all, you don't have to be a Christian. First of all, what is the standard for being a Christian? Who gives a damn? That's first and foremost. What is the purpose of being a Christian is what I want to understand, especially for Black people. Because when I look at Christianity, I know the nation of people who Christianity has worked the best for. Christianity did not stop the castration and the lynchings of Black people. I hope everybody understand that. It did not even slow down the lynchings and castrations of Black people. Why are we going into this? Because it's very important to understand that sometimes the beast is so subtle, so manipulative, that he can use people for his gain that don't have a clue that they're being used. I want you to understand that. And I want you to be sure that you are not an asset to the beast and his image. Because devil means deceiver. What does he deceive you into doing? He deceive you into assisting your own destruction. Pay attention. Was any of the disciples of Christ Christians? Does anyone know the answer to that question? Were any of the prophets in the book Christians? Were any of the kings of Israel in the Bible Christians? Was Christ a Christian? Were any of the disciples after Christ was resurrected and sit on the right hand of the Father, were any of the apostles Christians? So where did this standard and this call to be a Christian, where did it come from? We have to go back. We have to go back. We have to go back to source, right? In order to analyze a thing, we have to do what's called due diligence. Okay. Due diligence means to search, means to go to the foundation, go to the root. And if the root be holy, then so are the branches. I want you to understand what that means. If the root be holy, meaning if the founding of it be holy, if the seed of it be holy, then so are the branches. Right? Does everybody understand that? If the seed of it be holy, then so are the branches. Okay? All right. So when we go to the seed of Christianity, the seed of Christianity cannot be found in the I guess you could say it cannot be found in the New Testament of the Bible, because many, immediately they want to go back to, and we can go there now. We're going to go to I think it's Acts 11 and 26. Okay. I think it's very important to make sure that we deal with people where they are. Okay. Okay. And so, Doug, can you see that on the screen, Doug? Shoot me that. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so in this verse, it's a mouthful in this verse. Let's see if we can pick it apart piece by piece so that we can do our due diligence on the root of Christianity. Let's see where it came from. Read that first sentence again, dog. Tell them where you at. Wait a minute. Okay, so it says, when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch. Does anyone know the significance of Antioch and who Antioch was named after and who controlled this province called Antioch? Can anybody help me with that? Okay, go ahead, bro. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. 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 Okay. And you said a couple of different things that people may not necessarily know, but you said that Antioch, which is at the time a Roman province or a Roman controlled area or a Edomite controlled area that was named after King Antiochus Epiphanes. Now, many unlearned Israelites, so-called blacks, you don't even know that you're the Israelites of the Bible, right? You so busy trying to decide if you gonna be a Christian or not. Because why? Because you have been led to believe by the black Christian pastor that you want to be equal with your Christian brothers. But let me show you a message that the Lord gave to the Israelites. And through this message, I want you to be able to decide from this message. Don't be too quick, though. I want you to decide what you prefer. Whether you prefer to be who you are or if you prefer to be a Christian. Okay, because you'll have a choice today. That's what we want to make sure of. Because he told you that you don't have to be a Christian. Okay, that's the first thing. He said that you don't have to be a Christian. So we're going to find out how accurate that statement is and how relevant it is to our people. Okay. Okay, so I want everybody to understand the context. So can you explain, Doug? Can you explain the context of where we are in the scriptures within the first 5 books? Where are we as far as context of time? And who is this speaking to the Israelites through who? Is my question. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, so I want to make sure that we understand that this is before Christ in the flesh, meaning that This is the spiritual manifestation of the word of the Father, the Ancient of Days, coming through Christ to Moses, from Moses to the Israelites. Does everybody understand? Does everybody understand? This is the Israelites in the wilderness for 40 years. While the Israelites were in the wilderness for 40 years, the Most High, the Ancient of Days, the one that is outside of space and time, okay? The one that created Christ to be the first of all thy creatures, right? The one that allowed the slaying of the lamb before the foundation of the earth to sanctify the Israelites before they came out of the womb, before there was a foundation, before there was an earth at all. The election and the selection was before the earth was created. Does everybody understand that? Okay, so this message comes from the Almighty, the before the everlasting. Okay, to his word, to his spirit, which is Christ himself, the first of all thy creatures, of him come we all. As a matter of fact, let's go to Colossians chapter 1 and let's walk all the way. Okay, let's walk all the way because I don't want anyone to be confused. Colossians chapter 1, and we're going to start at verse 4. Let's see. Let's start at verse 13 and go to 16. Okay. Okay. All right. So now, tell them where you're at, dog. Okay, wait a minute. Doug, can you tell us who us is? Talk about the Hebrew Israelites, and who is it talking about who delivered the Hebrew Israelites? Christ. Okay, but I'm just talking about in this sense, the Most High did, but he did it through Christ. Does everybody see that? All right. So I just want to make sure everybody understand exactly where we are. So now let's go to Matthew. We're gonna prove all things, right? We're gonna prove all things. And we're gonna bring whatsoever I have said unto you to your remembrance. This is called the Holy Spirit. Does everybody understand that? When you are to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again, which is the first principles of the oracles of God. Okay? All right. So now, read that. Read that. Tell them where you're at, though. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we understand what a possessive pronoun is, right? We understand when he says his people, we're talking about the Israelites. From their sins, we're talking about what? The Israelites. The sins or the transgressions of the law that were done by the Israelites. This is prophecy, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Christ was sent to do. It doesn't say anything in here about Charlie Kirk or his people or Donald Trump. Read it again. Maybe I'm making it up. Wait a minute. Okay, so Matthew 1 and 21 is a prophecy, and it is a mouthful because Also, what's not included in Matthew 1 and 21 is Christians. Does anyone see Christians in Matthew 1 and 21? Okay, so Christ's people are not Christians. Is that right? Okay, well let's just see. Let's just see. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. We just want to be accurate. Okay, we want to be as accurate as we could possibly be. This is John, St. John. This is St. John, chapter 17. And I want to start at verse 7. Let's see. Yep. Actually, start at verse 5, dog. And tell them where you're at. St. John chapter 17. Yep. At verse 5. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. There's something important. Wait a minute. So Christ was glorified before the world was. Does anybody see any sign of a Christian? Listen. When we go through these things, I want you all to tell. As soon as a Christian show up, I want you to sound it out. Say, wait. There's a Christian. We're going to go over multiple scriptures for multiple hours here. And I am committing a task of you to cry out when you see a Christian. Mm-hmm. 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 Woo! Woo! We might. Okay. And if he's Christ-like, then that means that he came to save his people from their sins. So he's focused. If he's Christ-like, then that means that he's focused on saving his people from their sins. Do you understand that COINTELPRO was designed to keep to stop the rise of a black messiah? What does that mean? It means to stop a man from coming out and keeping his people from their sins. Does everybody understand that? Okay, so wait a minute. So start at verse 1. Duh. Mm-hmm. 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 Wait a minute. So it's saying it's Christ is speaking to the Ancient of Days. The one he's still sitting on a throne of flames. Okay. He's not getting up to create his footstool. Wait, hold on, wait. I don't want nobody to miss this. See, your God is too small. See, you worshiping Charlie Kirk Jesus has put you in a situation to where you deny real power. Read it again, dog. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. So the Christians say that they're Christ-like. So it says here that Christ lifted up his eyes to heaven and said, Father. You're Christ-like. Christ lifted up his eyes to heaven, to his authority, and said, Father, giving reverence to the Father on the throne, above space and time, the everlasting, the always, the omnipotent one, above him. Do you understand? Lifting up your eyes to heaven. Do you understand? Humbling yourself to the authority that is above you. Read on. Thou hast given him power over all flesh. Read on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Hold up. Wait. I just want to be clear. I just want to make sure everybody got that. It didn't say to give eternal life to everybody. And I want it, and listen, it's just hinting at what is about to certify and clarify over and over and over and over again in this verse. But guess what? We still have a black Christian church. Why? Because black Christians hate Christ. Do you understand that? They love the Christ and the Jesus of Charlie Kirk, but they hate the Christ of the Bible. Why? Because the Christ of the Bible comes with truth. And nothing evil and wicked and dark can stand when the light comes. Yes, bro. Yeah. At that time, because I want to make sure that we do not, it's not just about reading these verses, it's about getting the full understanding. That is my purpose. I don't just come on here just to rant and rave. Okay, I could care less about ranting and raving. All right. Let's read this verse again and let's clarify even something that you said. And you were accurate, cuz, but I want you to be able to get the fullness out of it. Okay. Because it's something that you missed and I want to see if you catch it. Read it again. Wait a minute. Okay, so now, cuz, did you peep what I just what was just said in that verse? Did you peep? Did has did you? But this is what you got to understand, though, cuz this is what you got to understand. They don't know. They don't know. This is what the swine eaters taught them, brother. You got to understand that they are limited. And their pride is going to determine if they receive the revelation and the understanding or not. Remember, it's the Most High that gives you ears to hear and eyes to see, fam. You got to understand that when you don't understand something, it's because the Most High wants you to believe a lie. The Most High wants to kill you. That's what you got to get, man. And I know this tough. Listen, I know that this is difficult for a lot. I mean, I'm not even saying this is difficult for cuz. I already know it ain't difficult for cuz. But my point is, my point is that it is difficult for some to hear this and to understand this, right? Because they take everything so personal. But what you have to understand is that if the Most High does not give you the understanding of the scriptures, if the Most High does not send you counsel of which you hearken to, okay? Because this part of the responsibility is for you to humble down, shut your mouth, and to lay your life down. That's a lot, though. That's a lot, brother. What you say you already listen. Do you know how many years you walked around talking about you were saved? Understand how arrogant that is now. Understand you are under the most extreme oppression of any nation in the history of mankind, and you walked around for decades saying you were already saved. Period. Period. That means you don't love him. That means you hate him. Remember, he said, remember that they hated me first. He said, if you were of the world would love its own. The world would hear its own. Why don't you have a voice in the world? Why can't we keep, 5 to 10 people in the class every week? Why we don't have but 10 Patreon subscribers? Why? Because the spirit of the truth, bruh. You got to understand, man, it is the most high does not want everyone, bro. Like only a remnant will be saved. Okay? And let me know when you get back, dog. But that's the key in that verse that at first you missed, but you came right back and you heard it. You said, as many as thou hast given him. That's key. Cuz, can you explain why that's key? Can you explain why that's key? Why what you just said is key? Mm-hmm. Why is that significant and why is that key to that verse? Thank you. That tells you listen to what Cuz just said. That tells you exactly who he's talking about. It's not talking about Christians. It's not talking about Charlie Kirk. It's not talking about Donald Trump. It's not talking about TD Fakes. It's not talking about Creep Your Dollar. Who? Cuz, you got me about to stand up. You got me about to stand up. You got me about to stand up. Who did he give him? How significant is that? We're talking about who the Father gave the Son. And please understand that the Son was created. He's the first of all thy creatures, right? From him were all things made, and nothing was made, I'm paraphrasing, outside of Christ, in other words. Christ made everything. He is the Spirit of God that moved over the waters. He telling you, it's not the Ancient of Days. The Ancient of Days is sitting on the throne. He don't have to get up. He don't have to get up to make his footstool. Does everybody understand that? He does not. The Ancient of Days does not have to get up to make his footstool. I hope everybody understand that the earth is the footstool of the Most High. It holds his feet. Yo. I don't think you get that. I don't think you get that. The footstool of the Most High, bro. He don't have to get up to make that. He created Christ to do that. The first of all thy creatures, of him come we all. Read the second verse again, dog. Let's see if it cleared up or if it let him out the hook. Uh-huh. Wait a minute. And they might know thee as the only true God and Jesus Christ. Read on. Okay, so you understand when it says, and the Spirit of God moved over the waters. Do you understand the difference? Hold up, wait. Let's go there. Maybe I'm making it up. That's what we got to do, right? Even me. I want you to make sure that you keep an eye on me. You're not this book. You understand me? Read that, Doug. Tell him where you at. You're on mute. Mm-hmm. Okay, so wait a minute. So it says, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the water. Why would he move over the water? He don't need to move over the water. He has no reason to move over the water. His spirit moving over the water. Okay, wait a minute. His spirit is his word also, correct? Read the 3rd verse. Maybe it'll let him off the hook. Wait a minute. And God said. You want to talk about wireless. Okay. You want to talk about technology. Okay, wait. Let's break this down now. So as it stands, if your light bill is not paid and you say, let there be light, will there be light or no? Read the 3rd verse again, dude. Okay, so that means that his word created the light, didn't it? I mean, I'm just saying, because everybody see that the word of the Ancient of Days created the light. It was his spirit that moved over the waters, and the earth was without form and void. Everybody see that? Okay. All right. Okay. So now let's go back, tell them where you're at, and go to the 4th verse. Read 3 again. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, so in the context, would you explain what we are? What is it saying? What are we, who glorified who and when? Mm-hmm. Okay, but and this is in the earth. Read 4 again. To keep it in context, read it again. Okay, so he hadn't finished it when the Spirit of God moved over the water. He hadn't finished yet. He hadn't even started yet the work that he was given to do. You do understand that that's when the work started. Well, actually, it was actually started when he was slain before the foundation of the earth to sanctify Israel. That was when his work started. Does everybody understand that? Okay. Because that's what he was created to do. All right. So read 4 again. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Finish the work which you, the power above me, has given me to do. Read on. Ancient of Days. Because there is nothing above you. You are above me. Why I'm asking for your glory. That's why I finished the work that you set for me to do. That is how I honor you. Not becoming a Christian. Why he ain't become a Christian? Why didn't Christ become a Christian? You say that's the standard in the earth. Why? Christ being in the flesh, why didn't he become a Christian like you? Read on. Before the world was, I had glory with you. So glorify me now that I'm finished my work, now that I completed what you gave us me to do. Now glorify me. Put me on thy right hand because I kept your commandments. I did everything you told me to do. When you said move over the waters, when you said create the heavens and the earth, when you said separate the day from the night, the light from the darkness, the good from the evil, everything you said to do, I did it. But it's some pesky Israelites that reject everything you said to do in my name. Before, oh man, before he did anything. Read on. You on mute. Still on mute. Okay. No, sixth verse. Wait a minute. That thou gavest me where? Read that again, dog. Because I know that slipped past the cheap seats. You see, I want to make sure that we got the jumbotron up. Okay, read that again. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Read on. Wait a minute. Thine, meaning yours. They were yours. Read. Wait a minute. So wait a minute. How do we get this confused? Where are the Christians? Every so often, I'm going to come on and I want to try to send out a ping. Okay. We're trying to find the Christians in the Bible. We're trying to find it. We're trying to find the Christian standard. We're trying to find one word that the Most High or Christ spoke to the Christians. We want to try to find the authority of the Bible and the spirit of the truth that was given to the Christians. Because all I've heard for my entire life is that the Christian church is the authority of this Bible. All the teachings that are in the earth today All these teachers that'll have a man on a roof shoot another man in the neck, and then it can't even be, it can't even be proven that it really happened. It's just lie on top of lie on top of lie on top of lie. But all of these liars profess to worship the same Jesus. So now it's time for it to be exposed. Read on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they have kept thy word. So they kept the commandments. Is that right? I'm sure. I know you don't think that you can get outside of his word by not keeping the commandments. I know you don't think that the commandments are separate from his word. Surely you don't think that. Read on. Wait a minute. Now they have known. That means that they have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that all things whatsoever you have given me are of you. Does everybody follow that? I make sure everybody follow that. Is anybody confused? Come off your mic. If you're confused, come off your mic. Let me know, because we can't move until you understand. Does everybody understand where we at so far? Read it again. Okay, so when it says they, who is it talking about? Somebody come off mute and tell me, who is it talking about? The children of Israel. Go ahead, Auntie. Go ahead now. Go ahead. Go ahead. That's my jam. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. 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 All right. So go ahead. Go ahead. Read it again, dog. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Go ahead. I see your hand, babe. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. I think that's a very that's a very powerful statement that you just made. You said you lose it all. You lose it all. Mm, mm, man. Oh man. Oh man. Mm. I mean, you got to go down to 3 views and 2 views. You understand? That's what you're giving up. You giving up the glory of men. Just look at that. Now look at the difference between what you receive, what happens when you sign your name in blood and you sell your soul. Look at the difference. And understand, they said it clearly. His name is Nori. All right, he's the host of the Drink Champs podcast, right? Okay, where they come on and they get drunk and they smoke weed or whatever the case may be, right? That symbolizes black people and that symbolizes hip hop, right? Because that's the only space where it can dwell. It cannot symbolize righteousness. It cannot push righteousness. It cannot push keeping the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. If it did push that, then it would not be on TV or it would not be on social media. It will not have all of its following. That's what you got to understand. See, he said that it comes across worlds and it gives it you. And listen, this is the choice that you got. Now, if you go through this door, you can have all the fame and the fortune and all the riches that you could ever imagine. But if you go through this door, you're on your own, young man. You're on your own now. We're going to see if you can keep that same fame. We're going to see if you can sell as many records going that way. Okay? Mm, come on, man. Mm, mm, mm. And he washed the feet of the disciples. I don't even think we even can relate to that level of power, bro. I don't. He had to give up a whole, I'm saying he had to give up his seat on the right hand of the Father to be made a man for the Israelites. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy, man. That's heavy, bro. That's heavy. That's heavy, bro. That's heavy. That's heavy. I'm glad you brought that out too, cause that's heavy. That's heavy right there. Think about what Christ had to give up. His authority and his power, right? His dominion. And come down here to get spit on and beat and tortured and falsely accused to redeem the Israelites. Think about that now. Or he could have come on, or he could have took what the devil offered him, the same way that these celebrities took it. He could have did that too. He said instead of having glory with the Egyptians for a season, he said he gonna be with his people. See, I don't even think people understand. Moses had to give up. Moses was in Pharaoh's house for 40 years as Pharaoh's he was known as Pharaoh's grandson for 40 years. Moses saw one of the Egyptians beating one of his Hebrew brothers and killed him and hid his body. He didn't have to do that. He could have did what the rest of these buck dancing. He could have did the same thing as what Tyler Perry did and put on a dress and twerk. And then allow these commentators, these Caucasians to come out and desecrate his name. And come and just troll and disrespect the man's daughter, who is like 6 or 7 years old. And the Black Christian Church says nothing. Think about what we're dealing with now. 8th verse, read it again. Mm-hmm. Do you believe that he sent Christ? Do you believe the Ancient of Days sent Christ? Do you believe it? See, that's why he said, who do ye say I am? That's why he said, who do ye say I am? Because it don't matter. It come down to it. It don't matter what the Black Christian pastor, the swine eater, is teaching in the pulpit, family. It don't matter. What matters is, who do ye say I am? If you say I'm the same Jesus as Charlie Kirk Jesus, okay. All right. If you say that I'm the same Jesus as Donald Trump Jesus, okay. All right. If you say that I'm the same Jesus as the Klan Jesus, okay. All right. Read on. Nine. Does everybody understand each and every mine and thine and thee and all of that? Do you understand? Does everybody understand that? Okay. When it says I pray for them, who is it talking about? The Israelites. When it says I pray not for the world, who is it talking about? The rest. But for which thou hast given me, when it says, but for them, who is it talking about? The Israelite, meaning the elect of Israel, because he didn't give them all of the Israelites. Wait a minute. I want you to understand. When Christ says, you generation of vipers, you foxes, how shall you escape the damnation of hell? You won't escape the damnation of hell because you reject me, which means that the Father did not draw you to me. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait. No, not just Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's not. He did. That's the first them. I want you to see That too, cuz that's the first them. That's Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He said, I pray for them. Yes. He prays for all of Israel. He says, I pray not for the world. You got to understand something, that a portion of Israel is of the world. You do understand that, right? Yeah. But for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. Guess what? The ones that reject the spirit of the truth, the ones that reject Christ, the ones that are not sanctified, the ones that would not even meet at the well, right? To have a conversation with Christ. The one that once she came back and she told him what she had, the conversation that she had with Christ, and said, listen, I met a man that told me everything that I know was the prophet that was sent from God. I know it was him. The ones that didn't show up, the ones that said, oh, well, I ain't worried about that. You know, the ones that Moses said, listen, he said, make sure you separate the lamb on the 10th day, right? You separate it from all the other ones and you segregate it for the next, 4 days, right? And at even, make sure that you sacrifice him at even, and you take that blood and you put it on the doorpost, right? Get what? Those that say, oh man, that dude, that dude drunk. That dude used to be in Pharaoh's house, man. We ain't listening to him. You hear what's going on? See? The Most High chooses you. He sanctifies you through the spirit of the truth. If you can't hear it, he said to the ones that were the ones that were in torment. You remember the rich man that was in torment? And he said, let me go back and warn my brothers so that they won't come to this torment and to this flame. Let me go back and warn my brothers. And Abraham told him, if they do not obey Moses and the prophets, they would not obey you, though you came from the dead. What is he saying? He's saying that Christ already gave his life and was resurrected from the dead, and they still don't listen to him. They didn't listen to Moses. They didn't listen to the prophets. They didn't listen to the righteous kings of Israel. They didn't listen to the elders, to the ancients that counseled Solomon. They didn't listen to the Most High, even though he came to the wisest king, Solomon himself, the wisest and the richest king, and told him 3 times, don't make marriages with the women of the other nations that will turn your heart from following me. They didn't listen. All these things are relevant, fam. Read 9 again, dog. Maybe let him off the hook. For they are yours. All mine are yours. And yours are mine. I'm glorified in them. Why? Because now I come from them. I'm the Son of Man. I'm not in my glorified state before the foundation of the earth that I was with you. I'm asking for your glory now that I have finished the work. And now I am glorified in them. In what? In all of Israel? No. In the elect of Israel, those that received and sanctified themselves by the spirit of the truth. God seeking for them to worship him in spirit and in truth. Salvation is of the Jews. Read on. meaning Israel, I am no more in the world. Meaning that, because guess what? I was never in Rome. I was never meaning. Okay, so the name Emmanuel means God with us. Okay, that means that the Most High sent Christ to be amongst the Israelites. Okay, the world of Israel. You understand? So Emmanuel means that the Father is still dealing with the Israelites. That's why he says, I am no more in the world, or I am no more amongst the Israelites. Okay? I'm no longer Emmanuel. Okay, I've been resurrected. I'm on the right hand of the Father now. And so now let me give the instructions of how they're supposed to govern themselves after I am no longer in the world. Read on. These same ones, the same them, I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them that thou hast given me. For they are thine, and all mine are thine, and I am glorified in them. Same one. Read again. And these are in the world. Read on. Keep through thy own name, thy own reputation, thy own standards, thy own laws, statutes, and commandments. Read. Ooh, woo. Read on. Wait a minute. While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. Wait a minute. Did he keep them in the name of Christian? Or did he keep them in the name of the Most High? He said he kept them in the name. He said, I kept them in thy name. Is his name Christian? These are basic things. These basic things. But we got people who consider themselves doctors. You're a doctor of theology. You're a doctor. And you don't know these things? Remember, he asked. He asked. He asked Nicodemus. He said, "Wait a minute, aren't you a leader of the Jews, and you don't know these things? You don't know what I'm talking about. You don't have no idea." And please understand, Nicodemus came by night because he didn't want the Pharisees and the Sadducees to see him with Christ. He said, we know that thou art the Christ, because none of these things of which you do can be done unless you were sent of the Father. Read it again. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Now, is anyone, wait a minute. I'm talking about, so is this giving any credibility to anyone that chose Christ themselves? See, as a Christian, you chose Christ. Remember, you went down to the altar and got the crying and frothing at the mouth and saying you give your life. You prayed the sinner's prayer and you've been saved since 15. Remember that? You remember that? That's how you got there. But it says that Christ prays for those that were given to him by his authority. You are saved under the authority of your slave master. You know, that's why it was no good for you to let them just take your plate back that had a turd on it. See, you was cool with that. Why would you tell them, take the turd? You know what? Take this back and go and clean that turd off. And bring my plate back. Bring my food back. No. It's time to get up and leave. It's time to get up and leave. Because you saw the turd, but you didn't see the ham and the shrimp and the lobster that was also on the plate. You didn't see the cross-dressing, the wearing the dresses. You didn't see being a sodomite. They also had that on the plate. Do you not understand what's going on? They had other wickedness on the plate, but you just saw the turd, remember? And you was good with them just removing the turd and bringing the rest of the food back. But you didn't understand that the rest of the food was abominable as well. You see your spirit? He said, when you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again, which is the first principles of the oracles of God. So you trying to get into these dark sands and you want to talk about what Noah and how many animals couldn't have fit on the ark and all. Do you understand how dumb and stupid you are? To be in the Bible wrestling with things that have nothing to do with your salvation? When you don't even understand who you are in the book to begin with? Your Jesus is the same as Charlie Kirk's. I want you to visualize yourself on the couch in the psychiatrist's office. I want you to visualize yourself there, trying to explain why you're a Christian. Okay? To give you the level of mental illness you suffer from. Read on. Mm-hmm. 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 That they might have joy fulfilled in themselves. I spake these in the world. Remember, he said that I spoke openly in the synagogues where the Jews resort. So when he's talking about I spake openly to the Israelites. I did not speak openly to Pilate because Pilate asked me, what is the truth? And I didn't answer it because, little boy, it don't have nothing to do with you. If it did, you would know how to season chicken. You would know how to clap on beat. Okay? Read on. Read on. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Wait, wait a minute. But the world just flew the flag of America on half staff for Charlie Kirk. So the world don't hate Charlie Kirk. Most of the states, when you look at the map, they voted in Donald Trump. even after all of the things that he's done. So the world don't even hate Donald Trump. They don't hate him for having 4 baby mamas. They don't hate him for having 34 convicted felonies. They don't hate him for that. They don't hate him for the 51 lawsuits that are pending after he gets out of office. They don't hate him for a 20-year friendship with Epstein. They don't hate him from saying that he grabs their daughters by their private parts and just starts kissing them. They don't hate him for being a weirdo. They don't hate him for a 40-year relationship and friendship with Bill Clinton. They don't hate him for none of that. They love him for that. The world loves him for that. Read it again. Wait a minute. So we're not even of the world? So wait a minute. How can we be Christians? Oh, maybe you just let it go by now. I mean, really, that's a start. I have given them thy word. Wait a minute, man. The Most High never uttered the word Christian ever. Christ never uttered the word Christian. You say, I am a Christian in 2025. Look at what you're saying. Read the 14th verse again, please, Doug. That thou shalt keep them from the evil, not that you take them out of the world, but that thou shalt keep them from the evil. Read on. Now pay attention to this. Now, this is how you stay evil in the world. Sanctify is another way of saying separate. And this is the way that you are separated from the world. You should want to be separated from the world. You shouldn't want to be a Christian. Christians are joined to the world. They tell you that. They tell you that immediately. They tell you they love everybody. Oh, well, I love everybody. Oh, well, you know what? It was sad to see Charlie Kirk. Man, I don't want nobody to die. Do you know how many people have been put to death? Do you understand that don't nothing get put to death unless the Lord got something to do with it? Unless he said, you do get that, don't you? Huh? Right. So when a mouth is stopped that's against your people, how do you mourn? Why would you mourn? Read on. Maybe I'm making it up. Mm-hmm. Okay, so wait a minute. So now Christ has sent, wait a minute. So we got the Most High is the head of Christ. Christ is the head of the man. The man is the head of the woman. So so it says here that Christ has now sent you into the world. So now you're supposed to go and you're supposed to keep the same word as Christ did. Why? Because Christ came and he kept the same word as the Most High gave him. None of those words is Christian. None of those words is Christian. Read on. You on mute? Mm. Wait a minute. These also understand. He said, I pray for them also. He said, neither pray I for these alone, meaning the ones that he selected and elected to send out, who were all of the southern kingdom, I might add, Benjamin, Judah, and Levi, right? Because he said he would raise the tents of Judah first, right? So he sent out Judah, Benjamin, and Levi first, right? And so he sent them out in order to gather the other 10 tribes that are in the north. Does everybody see that? He's saying for those also. Remember when Caiaphas said that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, but not only the people, I'm paraphrasing, but for those that are scattered abroad. Remember, he said, whether will he go to the dispersed amongst the Gentiles to teach the Gentiles? He said, I have sheep that are not of this fold. I must go and gather them. He says, I'm no more in the world, but ye are in the world. And you are commissioned to go and gather them. You're commissioned to teach them the truth. Because that is the way to sanctify them, to separate them, to surgically remove them from the world, from the evil in the world. Does everybody see what's going on? He's giving you just straight, basic, fundamental instructions. Read on. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Now, wait a minute. I want everyone to understand. We're going to read the decree and the religion of Antiochus Epiphanes, who served as the blueprint for Christianity. We're going to read it. And because we have opened our eyes to what the requirements are that were given by Christ, we now understand the significance of the first commandment in his religion. Okay. Okay. First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 41. Read that, dog. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. I want to make sure I want to make sure no one missed that. Okay, we're gonna go back to John chapter 17. We're gonna go back to, okay, go to the 22nd verse. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. So Christ is, listen, this is all in red. Okay. There's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide. Black Christian pastor, you are not qualified to teach this Bible. You understand the Bible on a third grade level. Do you understand that? You are a listen, I won't even give you a third grade level. You not even on cereal. You 3 months old. You have zero understanding of the Bible. Zero understanding of the Bible. Read it again, dog. Man, I hope y'all hear this lightning. I hope y'all hear this nuke. Esoteric. Read on, dog. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. So, okay. So now let's read Antiochus. You got to remember, man, these folk can't clap on beat. They can't create nothing on their own, bro. Wait a minute. Let me show you. Let me prove it. Okay. Let me prove what I'm. Hear me? Have you ever seen Trump dance? Okay. But anyway, so now, understand where we at now. Understand what we talking about here. This is Isaiah chapter 14. Okay. All right. So now, let's read this. Start at verse 12, dog. Mm-hmm. You got to understand that the sun in the morning is temporary. You see what I'm saying? It's only in the sky for a certain period of time. You do understand that, right? It is called a limited time of light. The limited time of night is not the light that he said on the first day of creation. He said, "Let there be light." That is eternal light. You do understand that, right? That means eternal truth. Because no matter what time of day it is, somewhere in the world is daytime. Does everybody understand that? When he said, "Let there be light," and when he said that he set the sun in the heavens, do you understand that that sun is always light? You understand that it never turns off, right? But guess what? It is not the light, because the light was in existence for 3 days before the Father set it to be a sign to let you know that it's daytime. Come on. Never mind. Read verse 12, man. See, how have you fallen from heaven? How has your authority? You running everything. You got everything. You buying TikTok now. You gonna control TikTok. How are you falling from heaven? You're falling from your heaven. You got authority over everything. You ruling over people. You dropping bombs on babies and children. Understand what you got going on. You got dominion over everything. You running everything. So the Lord asks you, well, how you falling from heaven though? I mean, you got everything together. You got AI this, you got Palantir that, you got some mass surveillance. You got all these things going on. You bringing out the mark of the beast. You got all these things going on. Why are you losing your kingdom? Read it again. Mm-hmm. I will ascend to heaven. Read on. I will exalt my throne above. Understand, this is Lucifer. This is the spirit of Lucifer, the light bearer. This is his spirit. This is what he said he gonna do in his heart, meaning in his mind. This is what he's thinking. I will ascend into heaven. What does that mean? I will be above all nations. I will control all the things that are in the earth. Read on. The stars of God, meaning that I will rule over the Israelites. I will exalt my throne, meaning I will place my throne over the congregation of Israel, over the power of Israel, over the chosen people of the living God. I will sit my throne on them. They will be my footstool. Read on. Maybe you understand now. Maybe you understand now why the Queen of England's throne is over the rock that they said that Jacob laid his head on after he had an all-night wrestling match with the angel. And he changed his name to Israel. Maybe you understand now. Read it again, dog. Maybe, because I don't want to miss. Put it on the Jumbotron. You understand? You in North America. He gonna completely rule over you. Read on. Let's see what the Most High say about that, though. Let's see what the Most High say about that. Read on, dog. Is this the man? You mean this little puny little dude that can't even clap on beat or season chicken? Is this the man who shook kingdom? Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that the wizard is a midget? It's saying this the man. And then guess what? And it said, and they that see thee, meaning those with eyes to see and ears to hear, shall narrowly look upon thee. What does that mean? Narrowly look upon you. Looking at you like, look at this dude. This the dude that's been doing all, raising all this hell in the earth. This they women. You mean the ones that's on the screen? 240 of them that's arrested for having children in slavery, and some of them is pregnant. The ones that's got 2,000-3,000 child images of babies. The ones that was part of Trump administration that's got violations with babies as young as 3 months old with videos with sexual acts on them. You understand what's going on? You understand what's happening here? Does anybody get it? Anyone get it? Read on. 17. Wait a minute, he's telling you who it is. Who owned the prisons? Who destroyed the cities? Who built the cities? They made the world as a wilderness. Does everybody understand what's going on? Read on. Read on. Hell, it might let them off the hook. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial. Read on. They are saying that they are you. You're supporting the religion that supports them. You are praying for the salvation of Satan himself. Do you understand what's going on? He said, I will be like the Most High. Read it again, dog. Verse 20. They shall never be renowned, meaning never be known again. The seed of evildoers. Who you think that is? Well, it'll explain it. Verse 21, dog. Wait a minute, read it again, dog. Read that again. You see why you can't see that? Because the Most High wants to kill you. That's why. Well, I want you to understand the reason why you're prideful, the reason why you're rebellious, the reason why your ears are closed, and the reason why you can't hear from a young brother that's trying to scream out to you, repent, lay your life down, give up. Give up. You're surrounded. You got 50 red dots on your forehead. You don't stand a chance. The fire is coming. And you steady, jumping up and down and frothing at the mouth and wearing a hole in your pantyhose. You just not gonna accept how you're not a Christian. Just won't accept it. You won't accept that they turned you against the laws that is your only power. You know, I make the metaphor that the laws are like a Superman suit, man. I remember that the little show that used to come on. I used to love the little show. Greatest American Hero. The suit and just flew into the building with it. He could not control the suit because he did not follow the instructions. You understand? Because the instructions didn't come along with the suit. See? See, that's why you'll put $800 billion into the black church. It's the equivalent of flying into a building at the speed of light. You know, if I got to fly into a building, I'd rather just be in regular clothes. I don't want to be flying at a high speed. Read on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wait. If you think anything called Christianity is going to change these words, bro, you are mentally ill. Okay, I'm just trying to help you. Read the 25th verse, Doug. We understand the Assyrians came against the northern kingdom, 10 tribes, right? Okay, read on. Mm-hmm. 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 The Most High said it. That's what I just said. Do you think that Christianity got this level of power? Still ain't said nothing about no Christians. Read on. Mm-hmm. You know the Most High. The Most High is black, bruh. Come on, man. One, it's your, you know. Okay, so now let's go. Let's go back. Okay, so now this is back at First Maccabees, chapter 1, and read verse 41. Wait a minute. Then into his religion, read. And profane the Sabbath, sacrifice unto idol, agreed, consented unto his religion, and sacrifice unto idol. Why did they consent to his religion? Look at what they put in place. You black Christian pastor Sambos. You read the 10th verse from the 10th verse, dog. Wait a minute. You know what? Read from the 7th verse so they will understand the context. Wait a minute. So evils was multiplied in the earth because Alexander the Great chose hit the people he grew up with, the other Macedonians that he grew up with, the Edomites that he grew up with, right? To push on Hellenistic culture, to push on the culture that was developed by the sons of Japheth's son, Javan and Kittim. That's who created Hellenism. These people don't create nothing in the earth but destruction. Read again, dog. Mm-hmm. I want you to also understand that Alexander only ruled ancient Greece for 12 years. Don't you understand that ancient Greece was around for I mean, I don't know how many years, but I know that they were around longer than 12. Absolutely. Let's see. How many? All right. Come on, man. Yeah, absolutely. And it's not like they created it. Look at it. What read it, dog. Maybe because I don't want to make nothing up. You know, I did. Mm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The Byzantine Empire. What it's saying, it said it's classical antiquity around 600 CE, right? Um, uh, um, okay. Uh, and that's common era, right? And it says when Greece came under the control of the Byzantine Empire. Please understand that initially, this is talking about. Let me just say, okay. So I'm just gonna give you. I'm just gonna give you a timeline. Okay. So first and foremost, we have Noah and his three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Okay, wait a minute. Let's go to Genesis chapter 10. Let's go to Genesis chapter 10 so we can understand this. Okay. Genesis chapter 10. Okay. All right. So now, so go to read the first and the second verse, Doug. Mm-hmm. Okay, so these are the three progenitors of every nation on planet Earth. Does everybody get that? This is the progenitor, meaning the fathers of every nation on the planet Earth today. This is the nations that are after the flood. The only heir from Adam. Understand, Adam's seed was the only seed that was allowed to go past the flood. Not those that were created male and female on the sixth day of creation. All right. This is the seed of Adam, the man that was created to till the ground, or in essence, to bring in the promised seed of the Israelites, Christ. Okay? Now read it again, dog. Okay, another I want to bring something else to your remembrance, okay? Of how Genesis 10 starts with that, and Matthew 1. Mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Go ahead, dog. What was you about to say? Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Read it again, dog. And then I want to make sure that we also understand where Christianity breaks away intentionally from what the scriptures teach. See, we got the whole Christianity accountable for its evil and for its wickedness. You see, you understand? You have to show where it breaks away from the teaching of the Bible to expose it. Because remember, Paul said this. Wait a minute, hold on. Let's look at what it say. Okay. Let's see. Does everybody see that? Does everybody see that when I can't find it, right? And I put in the words that I do know, and it'll bring the verse up. So let's look at the instructions that Paul gave to the Israelites that were at Corinth, right? And understand that the Israelites were in the synagogues at Corinth because they heard about the miracles that Christ had done. And they heard that the southern kingdom Israelites of the Pharisees and the Sadducees, the religious leaders, went to the Romans and turned over Christ, actually betrayed Christ and turned him in, right? And exposed him for his revolution. Christ is the it is the greatest revolutionary ever known to man for the Israelites in the earth, period. Okay, but this is Paul telling you how to respond to the black Christian pastor and the swine eater that's bringing another Jesus. Read it. Uh-huh. Now this is clear instruction. Wait. So if we read Matthew 1:1, what does it read again? Read it. Okay, so does the Jesus in Matthew 1:1 have a earthly father? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so now let's go back to Genesis chapter 10 and verse 1. Read. Okay, so generations means sons born. Is that right? Okay, keep reading. Maybe I'm making it up. Please understand what they're telling you. We're looking at the deviations, and we're looking at where Christianity separates from the Bible, because they say that Ashkenazi Jews are the Israelites. Did you just read? Didn't you just read that one of the descendants of Japheth is Ashkenaz? No, now I want you to understand something. Who is Ashkenaz is a grandson of? Of Japheth. Does everybody see that? Japheth is the grandfather of Ashkenaz. Who is Japheth's father? Is Noah. Okay, wait a minute. So we got Noah, then Japheth, then Ashkenaz, right? Okay, so how do you become an Ashkenazi Jew? Yeah, take your time. Okay, so now you just pick a name and you just call yourself that. Because that is like saying jumbo shrimp. That is an oxymoron. It makes no sense at all. But guess what? This is what the Christian church teaches. Let's pay attention to it now. It's not even what they teach. Well, this is partly what they teach as well. But we already know what's going on. Okay. But read on, Doug. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Turkey. Uh-huh. Okay, wait a minute. So who is the father of Kittim? Javan, right? Okay, and Javan, who is Javan's father? Japheth is Javan's father. Who is Japheth's father? Noah. Does everybody see that? Okay, wait a minute. So now, let's go back to, let's see. Let's go back to Maccabees. Let's go back to mm-hmm. 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 and we about to connect it too, because you can't turn the light on if the wire is not connected. Okay, read on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The son of Philip, the what? The Macedonian. Alexander. Who is the father of Alexander? Yeah. Who is Alexander's father? Philip is Alexander's father. Who is Philip's father? No. Alexander's father is Macedonia. Right? It says he's the son of Philip the Macedonian. So Philip is the son of Macedonia, right? Because you have to understand, anytime you see a name, it is a man that create. Because remember, we said earlier, that all the nations of the earth came from these three men. Does everybody see that? Does everybody follow? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. And we want to go one step at a time. All right. Good. So now let's go to Matthew 1 and verse 1. Let's read Matthew 1 and verse 1 again. Read it. Wait a minute. So now let me ask you this. Who is, let me say, who is Christ's great, 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 great grandfather? Well, yeah, but David first, right? Okay. The son of Abraham, right? Okay. You know, Christ wasn't in the earth at the same time that David was in the earth, right? Yeah, David's father was Jesse, right? Okay. Okay. And Jesse's father, well, I don't even know who Jesse's father was, but you know, Jesse's father's father was Abraham. Okay, but now let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let's look at the. It's like, well, it's like the way that, you know, that black part of the wire, cutting that away, and then taking all of them little and taking all them little wires and twisting them up and putting a connector so that we could connect the wire, so we can get the light, so we can get the light working. Okay. All right. So now let's take a look. Okay. Let's take a. Okay. Yeah. Come blueprint. You did what I'm saying. All right. So now let's look at the blueprint. Let's look at the prints. You know what I mean? I hope you want to start at the fuse box. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. This is before the fuse box now. Understand what's going on now. You see it's a problem. You see that the room that is no light, it's no power getting to the fan that's in the family room. All right. So we look at the whole schematic. We got to look at the blueprint, right? Okay. So let's go back to the blueprint. So again, we know that everything is connected to Noah after the flood. You understand? That's the only way to get after the flood, right? It's through Noah, right? Okay. Now, what's the name of Noah's three sons? Sem, Ham, and Japheth. Does everybody see that? Okay, everybody see that. Okay. So now, let me blow it up. Okay. Okay. Let me see if I can blow it up. Okay. Make sure I get it all on the screen. Okay. Okay. So Japheth is the father of. Read it again, dog. Read these names. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. All right. Okay. So based on Genesis chapter 10, read verse 2, dog. Well, yeah, it's my no. Read verse 10 and go from 1 to 2. No. I mean, I'm sorry. Read Genesis 10, verse 1. Okay. Okay. So that's why I said all the nations on the planet Earth comes from Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Everybody following me? Okay. All right. Now, read verse 2. and Tyrus. Read the map. Japheth, read. Mm, mm. Okay. So Japheth is the father of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sons. Does everybody see that? Okay. And unto these sons were born sons. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Okay. So let's see. Because it does not give us, let's see. Okay, did you write no sermons or nothing? Yeah. This is all Googleable, okay? For everybody. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now, let's see. Okay. So now, okay. So is blur? Is it good now? Okay. Okay. So Doug, would you read that for me? Mm. Read. Mm. The same one, right? So we lining it up with Genesis 10. We lining it up with the map, right? We got the same son. Read. And we concluded that the Christian church taught incorrectly that the Ashkenazi Jews are the Israelites. It's such thing as an Ashkenazi Jew. Okay, why did they teach you that? Because they were weaponized to teach you that. This is all so that you would forget the law and change all the ordinances. Why did you need to forget the law? Because if you kept the commandments, the Most High would light they ass up. That's why. I want everybody to understand what's going on. Okay, so keep going, Doug. Maybe it's something else on here.
Don't you know that name you carry ain't a nickname from slavery? Nah. It's royal ink from eternity.
And wrote in them. So now I gotta look up. This is the first time I've ever seen this maritime people. Okay. Yeah. Maybe because they occupied the Mediterranean Sea area. Mm-mm-mm. And we gonna find, believe me, I don't sleep until I find out what's going on. I'm obsessed like that. I'm gone like that. Trust me. So we gonna find out. You know what I mean? Exactly who it is now. And now, yeah. So I can find out in minutes. Okay. I can find out in minutes and verify if it's accurate or not. Okay. Now. Okay. So now, would you read who the maritime people are again? Tarshish. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Now, what's the most interesting of those sons based upon Maccabees chapter 1? Don't answer it yet. I want you. I want you to don't answer yet. Don't answer. I want to go back to. I want to go back to. Let's see. I want to go back to Okay, yes. Maccabees 1. Okay. All right. So now let's read verse 1 again. Wait a minute. Okay, so now you see that a different spelling than the kittim that we just saw. Okay, let me show y'all something. Okay. Okay. This is also Googleable. Okay. All right. So now let's read again. Let's read again. How many years was ancient Greece a civilization? Read it again, dog.
So when they ask me who I am,
1200 BCE. Read. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yes, sir. Yes, because one of the generals. What'd you say, babe? Oh, let me see. Let me do this before I even answer that. Okay. Um, what were what what he out? He out? Okay. Four generals. Common era. BCE is before coming. In other words, before Christ and after Christ. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The common era, BCE means before common era, or BC, or before Christ, and and B and CE means common era, which means after Christ. You feel what I'm saying? That's why it goes down from. Okay, so when you're looking at 1000 BCE, 2000 BCE is after that. You see what I'm saying? All the way up until you get to 1 BC, okay, which is okay. Wait. Okay, so let me say it like this. Okay, so we got 1000 BCE, which is uh when the sons of Japheth's sons, Javan, started their kingdom. Right? Yes, in 1000 CE, in 1000 BCE. Okay, or 1000 BC, right? Then 2000 BC, 3000 BC, right? Uh, uh, um, uh, um, uh, yeah, it counts. Man, 25,000. Wait a minute, 2500. Well, actually, it starts at 6000 BCE. Okay, that's when the time. In other words, that's when time started. What I'm saying, and then it goes down from there. Okay, it goes down from 6000, then it gets to the 2500. Right, 2500 is when the Greek Empire started. Right after the flood or whatever. Japheth's descendants was 2500 BCE, all the way down, and they're actually including up until the Byzantine Empire. Now I have to show you a timeline to really like keep it together. But let's yeah. Okay. So now this is the generals. Actually, this is it's actually four generals, but I think they're adding Antigonus. Um, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. But this is now understand that these are all Macedonians. These are all Edomites. These are the generals that came up with. Well, we're gonna keep reading. Now, you see, Cassandra. Now, I have to read about Antigonus. I'm not sure about him, and there was only four wings on the leopard, on the fourth and the final beast. There was only four wings, and that's these generals that were put in place, right? And the rough goat that was explained is Alexander the Great, right? And that is when they're talking about the first beast, right? That deadly wound was healed. That is the beginning, which is Alexander the Great, the rough goat, the leopard. He used to wear leopard regalia. He was the face of the first beast, meaning that he was the start of the Edomites ruling over Greece first. That's what we're about to read about, right? And he ruled for 12 years. But the ancient Greeks, as you could see, according to Google, said it was over 2,500 years that they were a civilization. Their civilization was the Hellenic culture. Right? You got to understand that came from Japheth's descendants. Javan, they are the ones that occupied that land that's known as ancient Greece for those 2,500 years. Okay. All right. Now, the last stronghold of Greece or the Greek Empire was Kittim, okay, which was a descendant of Javan. Okay. So, right. And so now we see the authority changing from the hands of Japheth's descendants to the hands of Esau's descendants, because the descendants of Esau is Duke Amalek. Amalek is the father of the Macedonians. Macedonian, the name Macedonia is just like the name America, or just like the name Rome, or just like the name Greece. You understand? The Edomites that were in the land that was under Hellenic rule, they gave themselves the name Macedonia. They were from Mount Seir. You understand? They named the land after themselves. And they put crowns upon themselves after them. Remember that, right? They put crowns, but they put Greek crowns on their head because they pushed Greek culture. They didn't push Macedonian culture, right? Because they knew the world wouldn't go for it. They were a subservient nation under a 2,500 year, and I don't even know if they even were in existence for 2,500 years, because they came into the land from Mount Seir. Does everybody understand that? Is that getting too deep or confusing? Okay, wait. Mm-hmm. 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 Period. Okay. So all right. So let's read this. Um go, go. She's somewhere with a pen on fire. Okay. Okay. So yeah, just so go ahead and read that, Doug. Mm-hmm. 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 That's enough. Mm-hmm. Correct. The what columns? The what columns? The Corinthian columns. Mm. Does everyone see these Corinthian columns? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The Corinthian columns is what they call it. But it's amazing that this was before Corinthian. This was before Corinth. You do understand that, right? Do you understand that Corinthian is a Roman? Corinth is a Roman province. One of the province that Paul went to teach Christ to. You remember when he said this? Wait a minute. Remember when he said this, y'all? Wait a minute. Hold up. Hmm. Does anybody remember this? Read this. Corinthians. Let's tell him where you're at. Wait a minute. Read. But the Christian church teaches you that the people that call themselves Ashkenazi Jews are the Israelites, fam. But synagogue of Satan. And they don't believe in Christ. They say that Christ is in hell in a boiling cauldron of excrement. Okay? Saying he cursed. Okay, but the great American nation, that's their number one ally. Don't you understand where this going? They're all from the Corinthian columns. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe let him off the hook. Keep reading, dog. Wait a minute, hold up. My bad, my bad. Go ahead. And just to let you know that they know exactly where this is, they filmed Raiders of the Lost Ark here. Keep reading. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Raiders of the Lost Ark. What ark you think they talking about? The Ark of the Covenant. Read on. Read on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Oh, hold. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. This too much. Okay, wait, hold on. Mm, mm. Mm, mm. Okay, so read this right quick, Doug. Mhm. And stone and of wood, read. Okay, okay, okay. Um, um, okay. That verse 26. Mm-hmm. 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 13% of the population. Read. Uh-huh. Okay, wait a minute. So do you understand that Christianity is the work of men's hands and that it is wood? Does everybody understand how it's wood? And and does everyone understand how the stone is Islam And it's also the work of men's hands, which cannot hear, nor see, nor eat, nor smell. Okay, it's all those. Well, guess what? Let's go back to here again. Make maybe I'm making it up. Huh? Okay, what? Okay, all right. So 29th verse, read it, dog. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, keep going. Uh-huh. Wait a minute. Now, don't nobody tell you to be a Christian because of the covenant that the Lord made with the Israelites. They don't tell you to obey his voice and to do what he say and to keep his law, statutes, and commandments. What do you think his voice is? Wait a minute. Keep reading. Maybe we making it up. Keep reading.
I used to chase light in all the wrong places. Mirror on the wall, but I miss my own face. Whispers in my soul, calling me
Mm-hmm.
back to
Read.
the Lord, to the truth, to the ancient path. I was fed by the world, left starving inside. Love felt like
Wait a minute.
fiction,
Wait a
and the
minute.
world
Oh, M.
like holy rain. Milk from the scrolls, I was never the same. I'm born
Can you?
again.
I mean,
Slow but learning real from the milk of the word. Now I know how to feel the first things, the true things, the voice inside.
that you saw the Passover. You saw me put the 7 plagues on the Egyptians. You saw you walked over on fresh green grass. You did. Have it ever been done before? Have you ever seen manna come out? Has anyone ever seen manna come out of the sky to feed you? Have you ever seen water come out of a rock to feed the Israel? I mean, so the Israelites will have something to drink. Have you seen any of this stuff happen in the earth? A dietary law that tell you to stay away from pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. It is an abomination to the Lord. Have you ever seen that being given to a people? Who was right there, and you still don't believe. Goodness. And you still talking about Christianity? Keep reading, dog. Read on. And my great terrors. There he is, king of terrors. There he is again. Oh, did for you. Read on up. That's right. Read on. Do you understand that he did all that he did? He did this through Christ. He said from the heaven he did this. He never got up from his throne. I don't know. Listen, listen, listen. The Most High has not gotten up yet.
They said we were lost, just skin and rhythm in a world that forgot our name. But the scrolls whispered different,
Mm.
ancient, like the
He
fire
ain't got, bro. Listen, the Most High don't have to get up, man.
reflection.
What?
Replaced it with stained glass. But truth
Came, he came, born of a woman. He was born, conceived. I mean, it was been Christ working. He said his spirit moved over the water.
still standing while I
Oh, he said, I have finished that work.
every tear that we cried.
Actually had and was bold enough to ask for his glory.
We're the chosen,
Finish the work
down but
that you gave us me to do.
away.
Of them that you have given me, I lost none, except the son of perdition. Come on, man. Come on, man. He told you don't even think about being a Christian, man.
We turned our backs, we lost
He said, my doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me.
day by day. We are the sons
Come on. Come on.
of we prophet.
Come on.
We're walking back, not for revenge, but to repent. Don't need to shout. This is
Man,
power,
keep reading though, dog. Keep it's more in here.
but it's loud enough to tear down temples built on fire.
Mm.
The truth is undefeated. Tried to bury us, but we're seated. And now we bloom
Oh my God, man.
with Torah free. We the meek,
Man.
brave,
Okay.
thought he knows our name. Tried to break us,
Mm.
but we beat it. The truth is undefeated.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
truth ain't trendy. It's eternal, and it's ours.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm.
I lost count of the days I cried.
Mm.
Think in silence meant
Mm.
goodbye. But
No,
through the
keep
waves I
going.
heard a sound,
Keep going. Keep going.
a still small voice from underground. No silver spoon, no just cracked earth
Bro, you
beneath
on
my feet.
fire, bro. You are on fire. Why would you ever write a sermon? Why? Can't understand this book, man. You don't understand this book. You are not qualified to teach this Bible. You're not qualified. You're not. You're not qualified. I'm talking about. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on, man. You. Mm, 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 mm. Mm.
I saw the poor in spirit there. So I laid my pride like bricks and stone and built my faith from the cornerstone. Not by might, not by but by his spirit.
I'm saying,
I rose from shame.
saying, man.
Every tear was counted, every breath led me closer to righteousness. Rock bottom is a solid place to build my dream out of nothing but grace. When the world said fall, I rose in belief. The spirit of the truth is holding me. I'm not lost, I'm finally seen by the Most High King who chose my being. Yeah, from nothing to a covenant stream. Rock bottoms where I learned to dream.
Okay, yeah. That's enough on that one. That's enough on that. I still wanna. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose where we are. Okay. so so now, and please keep in mind that the Kaaba stone. Okay, in order for you to be a full-fledged Muslim, you must come to Mecca and worship the Kaaba stone. And so when you read the path, and when you read that, well, you know what? Read that paragraph again, starting with Petra.
As my friend, oh, I believe,
Yeah.
in the spirit of the truth. Build my dream out of nothing
Mm-hmm.
but you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Been walking around in chains unseen. Heard lies from pulpits and TV screens. But something ancient in my soul started whispering truth.
Mm-hmm.
Used to know. They told me I was cursed from birth.
Mm.
But the scrolls say I'll inherit the earth.
Wait. Hold up. Wait a
I
minute.
read them
See
again
y'all
and
tripping. Go ahead, baby.
let
Go ahead and
truth
speak. Let me
become
so I can
and
calm
now I
down. Wait a minute.
stand
I'm about
where else been
I'm gonna get you this one. Let me get this first. Let me pull this up. He said that it's also known as the rock, right? Okay. Oh. Uh, would, would you read Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 1? Doug, read that. Mm-hmm. 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 No, it's talking about no, it's talking about Edom. Edom is all amongst the heathen. You understand? Yes. They are small amongst the heathen. That means every time they mix with another nation, they are engulfed into that nation. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so they are small. They small on the earth now. Don't think that they the majority of the earth. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is his end. This is when his throne is cast down. Read on. Don't show it. Read on. Yeah. 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 Read on. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait. You didn't. He didn't. He ain't say that. He did not say that. Read this again. The second paragraph. Wait a minute. Oh, goodness gracious of a lie. Go ahead. Don't you understand? Don't you understand the American flag now? Though thy set thy nest amongst the stars. Don't you understand what the red and the blue means now? Blue bloods and the red for Edom. Don't you get it? Meaning that is Edomite royalty, the fourth and the final beast. The blue bloods are those that stayed away from the sun so that they would remain pale and so that you can see their veins, you can see their blood through their flesh. One that was half consumed when he cometh forth out of the womb. The descendants of Edom. Oh, oh, the Corinthian columns. Oh. Woo. Yeah, we don't go back to it though. Go ahead, read on though, Doug. Okay. Mm. Yeah, it's right. It's just that, yeah. No, no. Because wait a minute. Let's put a precept on that. Let's put a precept on that. Maybe you could forget about that. Let's see. Okay. Let's go from verse 1. This is Psalm 83. Tell them where you at. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Proud. Read. Crafty. Read on. Mm-hmm. Meaning the reputation me be no more in remembrance. That's why they call you black, Negro, call you, I mean, all kind of names, color. Read on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Go ahead. They are confederate against thee. And who is the number one confederate against thee? Come on, man. Stop, man. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Woo! Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. That's right. No worries. Because once you have it, you're going to have it. You see that? Because it's going to be the same thing every time. Period. That's right. Read that. Read that paragraph again, dog. Mm-hmm. 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 He said, whose habitation is high. Read on. Mm, mm-mm. And moved into the region of southern Judea. Read. Idumeans. You notice how they didn't change that. They didn't change when you look at the maps. When you look at the maps, it says Idumea. Okay, let me show you. It says Idumea because that's the Greek pronunciation of Edom. You understand? Yeah, man. No, Idumea is the Greek word for Edom. You understand? And they left that when you see the maps of the United Kingdom, and I mean, I don't have it up here again. Okay, yeah. Well, Jordan, well, actually, Petra Jordan is where it's south of Judea. You know, because Edom actually bordered um the southern kingdom. All right, let me let's and look, and all of this is available to you and unlocked. Well, they got it. They got it. They have it listed at. Oh, wait a minute. Absolutely, bro. Yeah. For real. Oh, good man. Oh man. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Wow. Mm, 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 mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That- that's right. That- that's right. That's right. And that's what I'm saying. That's what people have to understand, man. Listen, you can leave here just as dumb and stupid as you came. That's your choice. That's your choice. I'm just here to point, man. Don't get mad. I'm pointing. How do you get mad at the prophets for delivering a message from the Lord, man? Don't you understand? I can't go back with this message undelivered to you. It's up to you. If you want to reject them after I deliver it, then that's what it is. But you gonna kill me. That's the spirit of Israel. That they killed the prophets, man. They killed the prophets. They ain't killed the idols, but they killed the prophets. They didn't kill the heathen, but they killed the prophets. Come on, man. That's your spirit. You understand? So, hey man, let's go ahead and pray it out, man.